My name is Rene Lacad, and this is my penthouse. No, not that tiny little unit. I got the top 2 floors. My hobbies include working until 4 a.m., target practice, hopping on private jets, beating people up, and making a shit ton of money. Now, a lot of you might be wondering, how did some random kid from LA end up in one of the biggest penthouses in Miami, running 4 companies and an 8-figure empire? Well, I got a story for you. Let's go back to the beginning. Whoa, not that far back. There we go. This is what it looks like when you grow up in LA with a single mom who makes $30,000 a year, struggling to put food on the table for 2 little boys. My life was stress. No money, no connections, working whatever dead-end job I could get. I remember being full of fear and anxiety. And can you blame me? I felt like the universe dealt me a shit hand of cards. My dad abandoned me when I was 5, probably when I needed him the most. And growing up with no father in Los Angeles, I ended up surrounded by a bunch of people who were up to no good. On top of that, I was a college dropout, minority, long hair, tattoos, the list goes on. Honestly, looking back, I was probably supposed to be another statistic.
Breaking news in South LA, a 14-year-old boy is among 4 people wounded in a drive-by shooting.
But the funny thing about life is that no matter how bad it might seem, there's always hope. And hope is being able to see that there's light despite all of the darkness. I remember watching the Dark Knight movies as a kid, thinking how awesome it would be to be Batman. Billionaire, genius, combat expert, drives fast cars, private jets, lost his parents at a young age, and used all of that as fuel to become a superhero without actually having superpowers.
What are your superpowers again? I'm rich.
I remember being absolutely inspired. Most people look at Batman as a work of fiction. I saw Batman and thought of everything I could become. I mean, who doesn't want to become Batman? But the idea just seemed crazy. Or was it? I mean, how hard could it be to get really rich, become a lethal martial arts expert, and turn yourself into a superhero? The beautiful part about being at the bottom is that you have nothing to lose, so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna become Batman. Now, it wasn't easy in the beginning. I mean, when I decided to start, I was a scrawny weakling. So the first thing I did was hit the gym. I started hitting the weights 5 days a week, and after a couple of years, I actually started to put on some muscle. But I didn't stop there. I knew all that muscle would be useless if the bad guys could just beat my ass. So I got technical with it. Just like Batman, I spent over a decade training martial arts. I got a black belt in Shotokan karate, became an expert at 9 different Japanese weapons, became a lethal boxer and kickboxer, and even added acrobatics to my arsenal. I felt cool as fuck. But Batman wouldn't be Batman without his bank account. And at the time, I was still broke. I needed to get my money up. So that's when I spent countless days, nights, thousands of hours doing research on ways I could get rich. And let me tell you, everyone thinks there's an easy way to get rich. Honestly, the easy way is just to do it the hard way. There's no shortcuts. Put in the work, learn about business, marketing, sales, psychology, politics, history. Go to a dark place and let that darkness forge you into a new person. At the time in 2017, legacy media was dying and social media was on the come up. I saw where the future was heading, so I became an expert in online marketing. I found businesses who needed help with social media and got them to pay me to do it. The result? I made millions of dollars before I even turned 25. Tens of millions at this point, and I'm not even 30 yet. Eventually, I made enough money to start my own companies and used my knowledge to build an 8-figure empire. So the year's 2021, I can kick 99% of people's ass, I have more money than I can spend, and the only thing I needed to truly be Batman was a love interest. And early on, Batman was known to be a womanizer of sorts, so I'm not gonna lie, at some point, I was an absolute savage. But right when I thought I was on top of the world, God has a funny way of reminding you that life is fragile. My days of getting wasted, partying, being a reckless millionaire playboy caught up with me. I needed to redefine my success. I needed to lock back in. So that's when I did a lot of self-work. I traveled, meditated, learned about cultures all over the world, searching for spiritual enlightenment. And eventually it led me to my wife. And while she might have hated the past version of me, she fell in love with this new version. Which brings us to today. I'm married. Me and my wife have a beautiful, healthy baby girl. Everything I could ask for, honestly. And I wanted to make this video to share all of the lessons I've learned from this decade-long journey with you. I promise you, my mission's never been clearer. I've learned that strength isn't just in business. It's in mind, body, and discipline. Every rep, every drop of sweat, that's where resilience is built. And resilience breeds greatness. Go to the gym, build a business, learn a skill. Do it in the dark while no one's watching. That'll show you what you're made of. Batman used to run his billion-dollar company during the day and fight crime at night. And in the same way, while the city sleeps, I'm still at work because that's what it takes to stay ahead, to be the one others rely on when the stakes are high. One of the most dummy-proof ways to get what you want is to attack relentlessly. While your opponent needs to rest, you keep attacking. Break them mentally and spiritually. For some of you, the opponent is laziness. For others, it's competitors. Be relentless. And when you have a clear motivator, that's easy. For Bruce Wayne, he lost his parents at a young age, and he used that trauma as fuel. For me, it was growing up poor with a single mom. Success means nothing if you don't know why you're doing it. In the beginning, I just wanted a better life. Now, I do it for my family, my little girl, my legacy. Everything I do is to give them the world. The future belongs to those who can see beyond what's in front of them. I'm not just looking for opportunities anymore, I'm creating them. I'm mentoring thousands of people, teaching them how to make money online. I'm hiring dozens of kids with drive just like me to help build my empire. And I'm doing everything I can to inspire the next generation. The way I look at it, what's the point of success if you're not pulling others up with you? I'm not just building businesses, I'm building people. I might not be the ideal person, right? I'm not your hero.
He's a silent guardian, a watchful protector, a dark knight.
This is where the real power comes from. Not in the deals you close, but in the people you lead. Leadership isn't a position, it's a responsibility. Now, this isn't just a random motivational speech, it's a promise. A promise that every decision I make moves us forward. And I don't break my promises. No matter where you're at in life right now, I promise you, it gets better. They say the night is darkest before the dawn. And I promise you, the dawn is coming.